Hello, my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome. Today's episode is a sister to sister, but it's also a sister to brother, brother to sister. One of you sent me this little clip, and it was about a guy talking up. You know what? Why am I trying to explain? Watch the clip.
More. Buffer date is 30 minutes during the daytime, $10 or less, low pressure.
I think at this point, we're all exhausted with the conversation about going 50-50 and coffee dates and some men being stingy and not wanting to pay for dates, getting a woman out there, all the way out there. She's doing her makeup and her hair and doing all the things that you act like you don't like, but you know that you like, getting pretty and all dolled up for you, just for you to get there, and he doesn't want to pay for your food. It's like, it's not a woman's responsibility to save you money on dates. If you're out here dating 10 women a week, you better figure that out in your budget. It's not up to each of the 10 women to be like, how can we save this man some money? Like, that's on you, sir. Only go out with women that you genuinely care about and that you don't mind paying for their food. But nobody owes it to you to consider your pocket and consider your wallet. No, she's not trying to use you for a free meal, use you for dinner. But why don't you vet women properly before you meet up with them so that you know that she's not just using you? Why don't you actually use the gift of gab and have a conversation with her?
Do you see what I'm talking about? And I'm going to call it right out the gate. The guy is absolutely right. I think that there are some women out there that you're just really too entitled. You're going out on a date to meet him, to get to know him. This is not a buffet table at his expense. No, it's not. I did an episode called 10 Things to Do Before You Go Out on a Date. And one of them, a lot of you said, oh my God, Fums. But yes, I did. I said you eat at home first before you go out. Number 2, when you are going out on a date and you're going for dinner, make sure you've eaten at home first. What was that for me? I'm going to dinner. I want to enjoy my meal. No, not necessarily. You can enjoy your meal. You can have a little snack, a little tete-a-tete, kind of, sort of. But eat before you leave. Never look too desperate, too eager, too hungry. I learned that from my father. My father was the former Commissioner for Health, Lagos State. And they invited them for dinners and all kinds of events throughout his career. And he told me, because he was sitting down, I said, Daddy, but are you not going for dinner? He said, yes, I am, but I like to eat. So that way, when they serve, they don't serve, I don't like the food, this, that, or whatever, I'm not focused on the meal. I'm focused on the company and what I have to say there. It was so fabulous. It struck gold with me. And I practiced that. And you will see the shift in the date. Because you know they're eating. You understand me? And girls, please, well, I'll do another episode on etiquette, on how you're to eat your soups and which fork goes where, what spoon goes where, and so on and so forth. We'll have an episode on that. But when you go for your dinner, you are completely, absolutely indifferent because you've satisfied your belly. I have seen situations where girls have really compromised themselves for a plate of food that they're going to poop out in less than 12 hours. It's a shame because it could have gone very differently. So that is number 2. Because it is not about the meal. It is about getting to know him. When you are going out on dates, you are non-exclusive to anybody. You are interviewing and you are being interviewed. You are not there to spend the whole night there, to dress up, trying to look hot, steaming sexy with your girls out, with your legs out. I've talked about this. You are trying to look for a life partner. You are trying to look for the father of your future children. You are looking for a partner that you want to grow old with. When you start going out on dates, I've said it 100 times, keep it very casual. Go out for a coffee. Yes. and have a little chat, talk 30 minutes. It gives him time as well as you to know whether you want to go further. If you are going out on a date where you have gone out on these first few dates where you've tried to feel each other out, where you've not gone to each other's places, that's another thing that I have talked about. It's all below, my darlings. I've got 700 videos here and about 100 of them are on dates and relationships. I know, because I did this for 10 years before I finally settled and got married. I did it the right way, and I found my life partner, best friend, and the best father that I could have ever wished for my child. You are focusing on the material things. You are focusing on what is not important, because there will and might come times when you are challenged in the relationship financially. Maybe there's something unexpectedly happened and you have to redirect your finances or whatever you have in savings there. You're going to have to sacrifice a lot. Now you want to go out with this guy. You want him to spend all of his money. He is not P. Diddy. He is not a baller. He is an ordinary, regular guy that has a regular job. This is what I'm talking about. Regular guy, regular job. He's not supernova. You might get lucky and you get, an athlete or whatever. You might. But you have to be realistic with what you want with your life. Your quality of life is not based on dinners. Your quality of your marriage is not based on things. Your quality of marriage is based on love, respect, togetherness, and going through this journey called life. Honey, you're doing it all the way wrong. What do you want to do? You want to rob the guy? You want him to spend all of his money on you? No, he just might be trying to save 2 salaries to buy you a wedding ring. I'm sure you would have preferred that. These are the discussions that you come to Mama Fumi. Come to me and we will have the discussions. You should get dressed every day. You should look fabulous every day and everywhere you go. You are the ambassador of who you are. Let me tell you, you are sitting on a ticket that you're not cashing in by not dressing up and looking good every day. You're not doing it for him. You're doing it for yourself. Don't get it twisted. You should always be gorgeous, because you can be stopped by your future husband at the supermarket, at the bank, at the dry cleaners, going out to see a friend, running errands, going to a party, going to a wedding. You could meet him. You should always be dressed. You should always look fly. Always. And when I say fly, you're clean, you've got pretty makeup on, not too much makeup, whatever. Like today I've got like a hint of green just to match the olive of this dress. I haven't worn it forever. I got this in a vintage store. Yeah, should I get up again? Yes, let me show you. It's a little bit of a bodycon, but I like it, and it's got sleeves and everything. So this is what Mama is wearing today. And sometimes I'll just wear little kitten heels and I'm out the door. And this is a faux ponytail, and I just put like a little class queen. I'm feeling good about myself today. So yes, you should always look good for yourself. You should always present yourself at your best. You are dating, which means that you are not putting too much pressure on yourself, and so you should not put too much pressure on him. This is a decent guy, and at the end of the day, I would prefer a guy who said, you know what, for me, let's go out for coffee. Let's go out for tea, because I don't drink coffee as a matter of fact. But let's go out for drinks or whatever. I don't drink, but I would still go and take, what do they call it? A fake cocktail? No, not a fake, a virgin cocktail. There you go. And I would have a virgin cocktail. How are you? How was your week? What are your favorite hobbies and everything? Have you watched any films lately? You start there. Then you go out on yet another date. 3 or 4, sporadic, spread it out. And make sure that he is calling you. You are on his mind. Keep it really casual. Wear your jeans, wear a lovely t-shirt, wear a pair of loafers, put a little bit of lip gloss, put your hair in a ponytail, in a bun, and go. Until he has now narrowed it down, like you have narrowed it down on the other end, and said, you know what, I like Fumi. She makes me laugh. She's a bit crazy. But she makes me laugh. I like her. Then he will offer and say, let's go out for dinner. And even when you go out for dinner, see what he's ordering and see what he's offering. Oh, for me, I know that you love shrimps. I know you love crab. Would you like to have this dish? But see what he's offering. You know, when I met Ula took me shopping. And he will tell you this. I went to the sales rack. For me, it wasn't anything that I was going to take home with me. It wasn't the money. The money represented for me the generosity that he wanted to impress me, that he wanted to take out of what he had earned and spend it on me lavishly. That's all I needed to know. I didn't really need to carry it out because I knew that I would want to marry him. I knew that we would have a wedding. I knew I was in California. He had already bought my ticket to come to Norway. He had changed my ticket and bought me another ticket to go to New York and then go to California. And he said, let's go shopping the last week before I left Norway. In my mind, I said, no. I went to the sales rack and I bought, I think, like a little blouse or something. And he said, is that all you want? I said, yeah, I'm in between sizes. Let me just, get myself together and then I'll see what I want. But the point was that wasn't what I wanted. You have to also show him that you are wife potential. He has to know that you are going to be his ride or die. That you're not here for the good times. That you're not here for just the money. That you are actually here to say, babe, let's make money together. That is what he's looking for. Then he'll give you everything. Then he will share the bank account with you. Because a lot of you said, I am so surprised you and Ula have one account. I am so surprised that Ula does. Because I showed him that I'm your wife. I'm your best friend. I'm your ride or die. And Ula, anything happens to you, good, bad, indifferent, I'm here. I'm going nowhere. This is my final bus stop with you in life. With a man, it's you. There'll be nobody after you. It was always you. It will only be you. Let's do this. And so we talked about our dreams. Right there, it jumped. Oh my God. So what do you want to do? I said, well, Ula, you know what it is? I want to do this. I want to do that. Da, 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 da. He was like, you for real? I said, yes. We can do this. We'll have the baby and everything. And then, you know what? We'll go on. We'll just go hard. Because I always remembered when I was in Cali, there were many times when I wanted to go for auditions. I used to work at Versace, and there were times where I knew that the boss would fire me if I didn't show up for work. And I needed to go for work because I needed to pay my car insurance, registration, my rent, miscellaneous utility bills and stuff like that. And I always said, damn, why can't I just have a good man so that I could have all of those taken care for me while I go out and hustle and grind. I always said it, and God heard my prayer. He did. And that's why whatever and whoever I become tomorrow, I will retire Ula. I say, I got this. Because Ula has been getting it for the past 14 years. Because every little thing I have, no matter what, I say, Ula, this is for you. I'll buy something. I say, this is for you. Or this is for the house. Or this is for Adrian. It has always been a unit. If you show that you're only out here for the dinners, oh, you love the fly here, I'm dressing up for you, I want to eat steak, I want to eat pork chops, I want to go to this restaurant, I want this, that, and the other. He will look at you, he'll entertain you, and if he can afford it, yes, he will. Why? Because you just put a price on yourself. This is all that you are. This is how much you cost. Don't do that, girls. Don't do that. Because it's all wrong. You will end up marrying the wrong guy. The guy that can afford to be with you and still go out and have girlfriends. That's why I said, you know what? He ain't P. Diddy. And I love me some Diddy. We've met, I've worked with him and all. Lovely man. But he didn't marry anybody. There are guys like that. I can afford you. Because you have put a price on your head. And it was for a plate of food. Like you can't eat elsewhere. Like you can't eat before you come out here. Come on now. Girls, don't be like that. Do not be like that. You're not after his pocket. You are after his heart. You want that everlasting love. Ula and I have an episode on how Ula and I met, how we got together, how we got married. I think it's over 500,000 views or something. Oh my God, what a love story. And I appreciate it. I really do. But the thing was, there is a system to this. There is a book of rules to this. Stick to the book of rules. Because you see, all right, he bought you the dinner. How much did he pay? $200, $300? And you think that you're going to walk away in your sexy dress and he won't expect something? Then you're like, no, we're not sleeping together. I'm this, I'm that. But you know, you just let him know that if I pay this amount of money, then maybe I could get cookies. You sent out that narrative. You sent out that message. You came there looking hot, sexy, talking about Versace, Fendi, the latest this, that, and the other. That kind of mentality doesn't fly with regular folk. That is not how he shows his heart. He has just shown that he can afford you, but he has not shown that he loves you. There's a big difference. There's a big difference. Don't let it be misconstrued. And that's why there are a lot of guys that are like, I don't know whether she's here for everything. I don't think so. You set precedents that this is what you wanted. I love my man. He bought me this. He gave me this. Don't get me wrong. It's wonderful to have beautiful things. But there are things. There are things. You would rather have him in your life than for him to abandon you and go with somebody else because he can afford to, because you put a price on your heart. It's not that expensive. A Fendi bag, a dinner, a pair of Gucci boots, she good. I got her, I got the cookies. I don't even have to give her the ring, which costs more than everything. Process it. Guys, this is for you. But, don't get smart now. Don't get smart. Always respect a girl and take her to wonderful places. You also be creative and be transparent. This is who I am. This is what I'm earning. You think I didn't ask Ola? Yes, I did. I needed to know, but it wasn't that he had to earn millions. No. I just needed to know this so that we can survive while I have the baby, rest up, come back, come up full swing, and come and make money for all of us. Because this is a ship that all of us are on. We all win. So guess what? Ula is hustling, as he has been doing. Mama hustling. Even baby Adrian goes to nursery. We all hustling because we are a team. But it starts with when you walk out that door and you present your best self. Outwardly, inwardly. And you have to have principles. You have to have ethics, scruples. You have to have all of those. Because that's how you get that dream team. You see Obama and Michelle, they met in uni. Nobody had money in uni. My parents met in uni. My father built 5, 6, 7 houses. Yes, he did. Because they did it together. That's what you're looking for. All of my love, my darlings. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Give me some super chats for all of this advice I'm giving you girls. And I'll see you all very, very soon. My baby girls, don't be mad at me, okay? Trust me, you're going to thank me later. All of my love.